Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. I'm David Combs, Mayor of the City of Rocky Mount, and we are here this morning for our annual press conference on the Down East Viking Football Classic. This has been an event in the City of Rocky Mount that for 22 years. Now, in full disclosure, we've only played, this is going to be our 20th year of playing because we've lost 2 to hurricanes over the years, and they both started with an F. Floyd canceled one of our events, and the other one was Florence last year, and so looking more forward to it this year for 2 reasons. Hope we have no storms, no hurricanes, but again, it's going to be a great day. This year, Elizabeth City State's going to be playing Fayetteville State, and it is always a great event, particularly when we're playing 2 in-state schools. A lot of people will be here. This is a signature event for the City of Rocky Mount. Unfortunately, it'll be my last one. I'm not running for mayor again next time, and so I just want to thank all of you that have participated over the years since I've been here. This is my 12th one. It's a great organization, and my hope is that this will continue long after I'm gone and after the next mayor's gone, because it's been a great event, not only for Elizabeth City State, the City of Rocky Mount, and really the teams that are coming in to not only see a great football game, but also to educate students about these fine schools that are in our state, expose them to not only the athletics but the educational opportunities that are for them at these schools. And so we're glad to be here today. The game this year will be on September the 28th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you hadn't bought your tickets, you need to go out and buy them. This is always an event that brings a tremendous amount of people to Rocky Mount. So from an economic standpoint of view, it is a great event for the City of Rocky Mount, for our hotels, for our merchants, for those restaurants that are out there and shops in our area. So it's a great economic boom for the City of Rocky Mount. And again, hopefully, it's been a great partnership with Elizabeth City State University over the years, so I want to thank everyone. Dr. Mackey's in the back, and I cannot stop. I got to say something about you, and he and Charles Penny were the ones that originally started this process, but I also got to mention Julia Congleton Bryant here. She's been involved in it from the very beginning. When I came into it today, I did not know she had been in an accident. I go to a lot of events, and typically she's at every event that I go to, and I had not seen her in the last 6 months and wondered what had happened, but she was in a bad car accident back in December. We are glad to see her here today. She's not going to get up. She's going to speak from over there, but she's been such a great cheerleader, not just for the City of Rocky Mount, but for Elizabeth City State University, and I'm just glad to see her up and about, and just want you to know if there's anything we can do to help you, please let us know. We've got a number of people that are going to come up and speak today. We're going to have, in a minute, come up and have Robbie Davis. He's the chairman of the Nash County Tourism Development Authority. After that, we are going to hear from Julia Congleton Bryant. She's the chairperson of the Down East Viking Football Classic Committee. Anthony Bennett, who is the Director of Athletics for Fayetteville State University. Richard Hayes, Jr., who's the head football coach at Fayetteville State University. George Bright, Director of Athletics for Elizabeth City State University. And then Anthony Jones, head football coach of Elizabeth City State University. This is always a great event, not only today, it's particularly these people have known each other. It seems like all these coaches, athletic directors seem to run in a circle, so they're all might be competitors, but a lot of them are friends as well. So we want to just thank them for being here. And at this time, I want to call Robbie Davis up for remarks, and then we'll go through that list as I read out.
Good evening. As the mayor said, I'm very pleased to be back here again today on behalf of the Nash County Tourism Development Authority. And for the few of y'all that may not know what that is, we are the board that is appointed by the county commissioners that collect the hotel tax and disperse it to events like we're having here, the press conference today. This is one of our largest events, one of the things that we fund the largest, and we are very pleased to have done it for a number of years. When I first became the chairman of the TDA, came to our first, we had our first funding request from them, and I recall very vividly that the statement was made by the athletic director at that time that we come to Rocky Mount with a storm. I have learned to understand now that there are two different kinds of storms, and they seem to happen all this same weekend that y'all plan to have this. We want the traditional kind of storm this time if we can get that. We certainly don't want to lose another year. I will say that last year when y'all's event had to be canceled, I did get out and ride around some, see how bad things were, and all of our hotels were still filled up, but they had all these line trucks sitting out there, and that's really not a pretty sight when they're staging. It's a pretty sight that they're ready for you, but it's not the kind of things that y'all bring with color and so forth. But it was still a very busy weekend, not the same time kind that y'all bring, because y'all bring a lot of pleasure when y'all come to town. You fill up our hotel rooms, you fill up our restaurants, and it's just a great, great, great time for Rocky Mount, Nash, and Edgecombe County. And we thank you again. We're very pleased to fund you again. We had funded it last year, and we just rolled those funds over into this year's event, and hopefully we'll be able to give you new money next year instead of old money. So let's make sure we get this thing pulled off. I was told when I came in the room there, if I would keep the storms away, y'all would certainly have a very fine event. If I could keep the storms away, I probably would be a billionaire or something somewhere along the line. But the word I used a couple of years ago was vicarious, and I certainly didn't know what that means. But what vicarious means, it is to identify with success of another. Our area certainly understands that we are identifying and we are using the success that you bring to us, and we greatly appreciate again on Elizabeth City State and the opponent that they play each year for coming to our area. It's a long-standing tradition, and we certainly look forward to having you again. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to welcome you to today's press conference. Excited because this is the kickoff to one of the most anticipated events of the year. I applaud our partnership with the City of Rocky Mount and has stood the test of time. This year marks the 22nd year that we have worked together to bring exciting CIAA action to the Rocky Mount Municipal Stadium. So impressive that thousands converged to this city for the event that has gained much notoriety. In addition to CIAA action, we welcome you to events during the Down East Vikings Football Classic Week, which help to raise money for student scholarships and activities that showcase our student athletes and our outstanding Elizabeth City State University. So welcome to our tradition repeat after me. Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Oh, what a relationship back on the field again with Viking pride. Oh, what a classic. 22 years of Viking pride. Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Viking pride.
Attitude check.
Bronco pride.
Attitude check.
Bronco pride.
Attitude check.
Bronco pride.
Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Bennett. I'm the athletic director at Fayetteville State University. And when we first pulled up, I had to use the restroom, and I met this guy, had on a Elizabeth City State pennant. And I asked him his name. He said, Anthony Jones. So I looked at him. I said, oh, you're Anthony Jones. So I'm not going to cut up. I looked at the size. I looked at his stature. I said, we're going to just try to get out of here alive. So I appreciate you all inviting us here today. On behalf of President Valentine, excuse me, we'd like to thank Chancellor Dixon and A.D. Bright for inviting Fayetteville State University to participate in the 22nd Annual Down East Classic. I would also like to thank the City of Rocky Mount for always being a gracious host to our fans and our students throughout the years. Our fans and alumni, they love the pregame activities that are associated with the Classic, as well as the existing competition between the two teams. This event also allows former and current student athletes who have relationships beyond the gridiron to sort of have bragging rights amongst one another. And as we all know, Elizabeth City State University holds the current bragging rights with the latest win back in 2017. Both teams have excellent coaching and very talented student athletes. More than likely, the program that makes the least mistakes in this game is going to win it. Now, Fayetteville State University plans on making the least mistakes this year. However, we know it'll be a well-fought battle regardless of the outcome. So again, we'd like to thank Elizabeth City State University. We'd like to thank the City of Rocky Mount for allowing us to be here, and we'll see you all in late September.
Richard Hayes, head football coach, Fayetteville State University. Mayor Combs, thank you for your continued support throughout the Down East Classic throughout the years. Hate you're gonna not be here in the future. I've been here in 15, 17, and now 19. This is my third Down East Classic. And as my AD just spoke, we want to have a better outcome than we did the last time. We know that Coach Jones will have his team ready. The 2017 game was an outstanding football game. It was a seesaw battle, back and forth, all the way until the end. 45-42 was the final score. There wasn't a lot of defense played that day, but I can assure you Fayetteville State has fixed that problem, okay? Coach Jones got a lot of respect for you. A.D. Bright, I look forward to it. I'm not going to stand up here and do a lot of bragging about what's going to happen because we don't know. We both have 3 games to play before we play each other. So see you on the other side, Coach, and thank you for inviting us.
To the Honorable Mayor David Combs, Robbie Davis, of course to Julia Bryant, Congressman Bryant, our chair of our Down East Viking Football Classic Steering Committee, to all friends, family, and media in attendance all around the world. It's a great day to be a Viking. It really is. I bring you greetings and welcome on behalf of our great leader, Dr. Carrie G. Dixon, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and students at Elizabeth City State University. I extend a Viking welcome to all that continue to support the Down East Viking Football Classic. We are indeed excited about this year's Classic between the mighty Vikings and the Fayetteville State University Broncos. It promises to be an exciting and phenomenal event. Again, to the City of Rocky Mount, to the Rocky Mount Event Center, the Department of Athletics at Elizabeth City State University, thanks you for hosting this outstanding, awesome, terrific college football event. Your presence and leadership makes this event a tremendous success, and your enthusiasm and positive spirit helps make our time together very productive and, of course, fun. Again, a special recognition and thank you to our chairperson, Julia Coglington Bryant, ECSU class of 1963, definitely a Rocky Mount legend, and thank you again for your continued leadership, your support, your presence, your perseverance, and your dedication. We really appreciate that. Thank you to the steering committee. Some are here tonight. Tina Neal is here. Thank you. Joel Dunn, I'm sure, is out doing something today. But again, we thank him and members of the various alumni chapters for all of your hard work and dedication toward this event. Without your assistance, none of this would be possible. Again, thank you to Dr. Claudie Mackey, who's in the back, for your vision, your foresight, and your unwavering faith to see this through. Thank you, sir. I would also like to recognize and thank the members of the Rocky Mountain City Council for making decisions to make this happen. To City Manager Rochelle Small-Toney, thank you. To Tamika, she's here, thank you. Assistant City Managers Chris Beschler and Natasha Hampton all play a great part. And Parks and Recreation Director Elton Daniels, thank you. The folks over at the Rocky Mountain Event Center, Art, thank you. And again, a special thank you to my staff that's here today. Doreen Spence is here. Many of you talk to her all the time. Terrific. Thank you. Chris Bell is here behind the camera. Thank you, Chris. We have our alumni and development staff is here. Letitia Evans is here. Thank you. Rhonda Hayes is here. Thank you. We appreciate it. And a special thank you to my head football coach, Anthony Jones. Many of you don't know, but he rocks a big ring that from the Washington Redskins for winning that Super Bowl in 1987. And you're right, A.D. Bennett, he's a big guy, man. He's a big guy.
I'm a Redskins fan.
Are you? Me too today, all right? It is truly amazing how the Down East Viking Football Classic, now in its 22nd year, has grown each year, attracting over 10,000 fans to this beautiful Rocky Mount area. Fans from all over have the opportunity to enjoy a CIAA football game, a golf challenge, of course, the ECSU marching band, the Sound of Class, our cheerleaders, the Delights, college and regional high school bands, and a myriad of educational, social, and entertainment activities. Our fantastic aviation program will be featured this year for our Educational Day on Thursday, September 26th at the Event Center. We're inviting schools to join and to learn more about the aviation program, drones, and unmanned aircraft. And please welcome Professor Orestes Gooden from our aviation department. He's here today. Where's Orestes? Thank you, sir. I am pleased to also announce that this year's game will be broadcasted live on television via the Aspire TV network. So therefore, we encourage the media, the fans, to visit our website at www.ecsUvikings.com, follow us on Twitter at ECSUVikings, and like us on Facebook at ECSU Athletics for the latest updates and the greatest news regarding purchasing game tickets, event tickets, tailgating, the game, and about the exciting, fun-filled activities. So let's get to football for a moment. I've been keenly watching Coach Jones and the Mighty Vikings football team prepare for this season. The season started right after that last game at Bowie State last year. And I can tell you that the Mighty Vikings have been working hard. He's got a roster that's large and returning. I saw these guys at 5:45 just about every morning. Now, I wasn't there each morning, Coach, I know. But at 5:45 doing their preseason workouts, pre-spring season workouts. They had a great spring season, which we did not have the year before. So the Vikings are ready. And there's a tremendous buzz of excitement on our campus right now for this football schedule and this football team. I've heard the mighty marching Vikings. They're back. They started practice this past week, all right? And they've been diligently practicing and sounding awesome. And our phones are ringing off the hook for tickets and information. So I only have three things to say to my good friend A.D. Bennett, my good friend Coach Hayes, and all Fayetteville State. Y'all get ready. Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride. Viking pride.
Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, I should say. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Everything A.D. Bright said, that's what I have to say. All right, you have a good afternoon. No, I'm just playing. Well, of course, I'm Anthony Jones, and since we're telling stories, I'm going to tell my story. We pulled up this afternoon, or this morning at that time, in the parking lot, and I look right across the way. I see A.D. Bennett getting out the car. And I look at him, I realized that it was Fayetteville State because he had the nice blazer on. And look in his hand, and it looked like he has a flask. I guess I would have called flash, one of them things you. And I told Miss Spence, Miss Spence, let's get out of here. Somebody drinking that early from Fayetteville. I won't be messing with it, but it was, it actually was a bottle of cologne. I mean, a thing of cologne. So then I did see him in the restaurant when we introduced, but we both were kind of busy trying to get ourselves somewhat prepared for this. But Coach Hayes, we had a chance. At first, I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was. We were sitting around talking a couple of weeks ago about football. And I'm sitting there talking to him about his dad. And we're talking about these great battles and things of that sort. And then it dawned on me exactly who he was. And I was like, oh, he got a lot of coaching pedigree in his system too as well. So this lends itself to be a tremendous football game, Battle of the Blues. We're excited about it. It's that time of year, when your days start to get long as a football coach, but you're excited about it because you're excited about the possibilities that lie ahead. And one of the things that you always do is when you take a job, you try to figure out what's important to the alumni base. And as many jobs I've taken, first thing I find out is what classics are their babies. And the Down East Classic is it. That's all I've been hearing. So I get myself ready for it for last year, and then the storm comes. And, everybody talk about my size. I wanted to jump on the storm, but I couldn't handle that. So we just took it in stride, and our teams got separated, and it did something. It had a lasting effect on our football team because we weren't able to play the game, and we got separated as a team and things of that sort, and then our season kind of went downhill from there. We're looking forward to this upcoming football game. We're looking forward because we have a great opponent. I know one thing, they're going to be well coached, they're going to have great athletes, student athletes. They're going to have pride as we have pride, and I think it's going to be an exciting football game. What I ask is that, as always, that we both put forth our best efforts, and however it turns out, that's the way it turns out. But you can rest assured that we'll be working hard for it. We have other games ahead of that, of course, but we'll be working hard for it and trying to make up for the time that we missed playing last year. We're really excited about this upcoming football season. As A.D. Bright said, we've had an opportunity. Last year, we didn't have those opportunities. We didn't have an opportunity to do winter conditioning. We didn't have an opportunity to do spring ball. We didn't have an opportunity to kind of recruit. Now we have those opportunities. Now we're trying to bring everything together, and we have a very ambitious schedule. It starts off with the opener, and it doesn't get any easier, particularly with this classic, so Down East Classic. So we'll be ready. I'm sure Fayetteville State will be ready as well, and I hope you're ready. Get there early. Don't want to miss anything. Stay there late, and enjoy all the festivities, and including the football game, and be a part of it. Rocky Mount, thank you again for hosting this and all that's involved, our sponsors and everybody. Thank you again for making this a great event, not only for the schools, but also for the student athletes, both teams that play in it. It's a special game when you know you're going to have a sellout crowd. It's a special game when you know you're going to get a lot of coverage. It's a special game and a special event when everybody cares about what you're doing. And that's how you make our student athletes and coaches feel. And we're so thankful and grateful for that. So we're looking forward to it. If you take a real good deep breath, you can smell football in the air. And we're excited about it. I hope you're excited. And let's have some fun in 2019. Thanks again. Looking forward to seeing you again. Thanks again. Be blessed.
Well, I can say I've never held a Super Bowl ring before, but I have now. It's a little big for my finger, but I could probably get it cut down some. But he told me he could still run a little bit, so I'm just going to wear it for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to give it back to him. But again, this is a great day for the city of Rocky Mount. In advance, I want to thank the city staff that participates. It's our public safety people, our sanitation people, our public works department. A lot of different departments are involved in this event, and before and after the event. So after it's over, everything's cleaned up, but we want to keep it safe. We want everybody to have a great game. We want the people that come into Rocky Mount to have a great experience, and that's what we're hoping for. And we just want to, again, thank those city employees that'll put extra time and effort into this to make this a great event for everyone. Again, I want to remind everyone, the game is on September the 28th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If you hadn't bought your tickets, you need to go ahead and get them. There's a lot of people also that sign up for the tailgating, and that is a big, big part of this event. So again, you need to go ahead and get signed up if you want a tailgating spot. But we hope to see all of you there on September the 28th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Thank all of you for being with us today. Julia, we continue to hope you have a recovery that's 100%. If there's anything any of us can do, and I'm going to speak for all of us, please let us know. So again, on behalf of the City of Rocky Mount, thank you all for being here today. And again, we look forward to September the 28th. And Tina, thank you as well. There's a lot of people that are up here, committee members that have been involved for years and years as well, and I want to thank them because I've had a great relationship with all of them and all of you. Thank you for being here today.